Happy 17th of December, WCHS. We're here on this beautiful winter day to fill you in on what's going on.
Today we'll be telling you about the new books, the media center, and hearing the pros and cons of being a wrestler.
And giving a shout out to all you spring athletes. We'll be right back.
Rachel, did you say it was the 17th of December? Wow, this year's really flown by. It's almost Christmas.
I know, it's crazy. And after Christmas, spring will be right around the corner.
With spring comes a whole new sports season. Hopefully the athletes will be ready.
Here's Britta, who got the info on what they need to be doing to be prepared.
Runners to your mark, set, go!
What a nightmare.
Good thing other high school athletes have already started to prepare for this spring.
Why are you training for tennis?
I'm training because I want to make sure I win all my matches.
What are you most excited about for this soccer season?
I'm excited to have another winning season and hopefully go to state.
How are you preparing for track?
I'm preparing by running the miles Coach Clark tells me to and stretching before so I don't get injured.
What are you doing to prepare for golf?
Hitting 2 or 3 times a week, practicing indoors, going to Ames or Des Moines or Fort Dodge.
Now that the athletes are warmed up, it's time for the real training. For that, we look to the coaches. What successes are the girls' track team aiming for this year?
I'm hoping to get a huge freshman class out that buys into our system of working hard, achieving at a high level, and then by the end of the season when we get to regionals and the conference, we're there and we can compete for that title once again.
What should your athletes be doing to prepare for this spring?
They need to be lifting, running if they can. They also need to be getting to some indoor courts and hitting some tennis balls, and they better be hoping for an early spring.
What excites you most about the upcoming soccer season?
What excites me is just to be a part of a great program that has just been started here in Webster City.
While these sports stars are hard at work, the #1 fans are suiting up and preparing their cheers. How do you plan on supporting this year's spring sports?
I plan on cheering really loud
How are you preparing for your participation this spring?
to make shirts for all the teams and support them.
The athletes are prepared, the coaches are excited, and the fans have made their signs. I'm Brenna Pocker, and for those of you who haven't already, it's time to spring into training.
Those workouts seem pretty brutal,
Yeah, they do. There are many cons to being a sport, but the pros definitely outweigh them.
especially if it's wrestling you're talking about. There's always cutting weight, running the halls, and going to early morning tournaments. But they all seem to love the sport.
Let's send it over to Becca to hear some more pros and cons of being a wrestler.
With snow on the ground and a chill in the air, the wrestling season has begun. The wrestlers here at WCHS face many ups and downs during the season. From cutting weight to gaining strength, they all have it tough in some way. But it's lots of fun being a wrestler too. Let's go to some of our WCHS wrestlers and hear about some of the pros and cons of their favorite sport. What's a pro to being a wrestler?
Weightlifting.
What's one of the cons of being a wrestler?
I'd have to say wrestling Colton Dowd.
Build mental toughness.
You stink after practice.
The feeling you get after you win a match.
Losing. The party at the end of the year.
Cutting weight.
The wrestlers are well on their way into a great season with a lot of hard work and dedication. But there's more to come. The season continues every day and helps the boys to create more pros and cons. Good luck to the JV and varsity boys Saturday at their tournaments. I'm Becca Gertis, and they've got some more practicing to do.
You're right, James. It sounds like the pros for sure outweigh the cons when it comes to being a wrestler.
Yeah, I know all my friends like it. I'm not a wrestler myself. I prefer taking my time off in the winter so I can focus on my schoolwork and having time to read.
I know what you mean. There's nothing better than spending a snow day curled up on the couch with hot chocolate and a good book. It's too bad we haven't had very much snow for me to catch up on my to-read list. It's getting pretty long.
Don't worry, Rachel. I'm sure those snow days are right around the corner. I should start a reading list too. Got any recommendations for me?
For sure, but I think Taylor Kessner does too. Let's start a new chapter in this show with Taylor, who has an update on the Media Center new books.
Reddit. Oh, this looks new.
I've read that.
Oh, really?
It was really good, too.
What's it about?
Well, this guy named Travis rapes and kills a cheerleader and then buries the evidence. And he thinks he gets away with it because soon after that he realizes that a guy was accused falsely. Years down the road, he finds out he's dying of a brain tumor, and so he thought he'd tell the truth. There are many more new books in the Media Center. Check with Mrs. Rasmussen to find out more information.
How do you decide which books to order?
We use a lot of different sources. We use Amazon, Literary Guild, Mrs. Hauk has different resources. But right now we're trying to build a really good fiction library, and we try to focus on things that we think kids can use in the classroom, as well as what their interests are.
How do students respond to new books?
Well, you know, you have kids that are readers and you have kids that aren't readers. But we're hoping by building a good fiction library that will get kids to be more interested and more excited about being in the Media Center. We've done some decorating and tried to do some new things this year, and hopefully we'll build on that and we'll get some more readers than we've had in the past.
The Media Center usually receives new books every 3 months or so. Some of the newest arrivals are The Confession by John Grisham, The Safe Haven by Nicholas Sparks, and The Lost Hero by Richard Riordan. Here are a few students who have read one of these newest books.
I read Safe Haven by Nicholas Sparks, and it's about this girl named Katie who moves to a small town, and people start to question her, and she tries really hard not to fall in love, but it ends up that she does fall in love, but she has a really dark secret.
I read The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. It's about this group of kids that go back to Camp Half-Blood. It takes place after the Percy Jackson series. They go back and they have a new prophecy that they have to fulfill, and it talks about the events that happen.
These books are becoming really popular, so come on down to the Media Center, grab a new book, a comfortable seat, and maybe even a blanket. I'm Taylor Kessner, and it's time to return it to the studio.
I know exactly what I want to read now. Thanks, Taylor.
Me too. I just added a ton of more books to my list. I'm never going to finish.
Well, we just have to end this show right here, since we have both a lot of reading to do.
And studying. Remember everyone, semester tests are coming up, so make sure you're paying attention in class. We also want to remind everyone to send out season greetings and buy some Santagrams. 25 cents a piece in the cafe during lunch.
Until next time, adios.
What is your favorite winter hobby?
Sledding.
Sledding down Hospital Hill.
Playing club volleyball in Ankeny.
Wrestling.
My favorite thing to do in the winter is go snowmobiling and make snowmen.